All right, everyone, welcome to Creating Instagram Graphics with Canva. As digital marketers, content creators, influencers, bloggers, we are constantly running in the hamster wheel trying to figure out how to create content to post because we have to keep our content fresh. And we have found a beautiful solution, which is really easy to use, and that is Canva. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. My name is Paola Mendez, and I am the founder of the Blogger Union. The Blogger Union is a network of blogger communities dedicated to growing our members' brands and incomes through meetups and workshops just like this one. And we have local communities across the US that meet, well, we meet in person when there isn't a pandemic. And I run the one in the Miami area called the South Florida Bloggers, but we have others across the US. We have the DC Bloggers who Carly runs. She's here in the webinar. We have the New York City Bloggers, Minneapolis Bloggers, Houston Bloggers, and a bunch others. So if you want to find out about that, head over to thebloggerunion.com. Let me introduce you to our speaker today. Stephanie Arbalera is an expert digital marketer, and she is the social media manager for the Blogger Union. She also is a mom blogger. She shares all kinds of great creative activities to do with your kids and cool stuff to do around South Florida. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hi, Paola. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us and sharing all of your Canva tips and tricks. I know you do a bunch of cool stuff with Canva. So we are just going to go over the basics today. But before we get started, would you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. So as Paola mentioned, my name is Stephanie Arboleda. I am a digital marketer. I am the social media manager for both the Blogger Union and the South Florida Bloggers. And I'm also a mommy blogger. So I write about all the fun, great places to go visit in South Florida with your kids, your friends, or families, and also creative DIY activities to do with your kids, especially during this quarantine time. And I like to remind moms that moms can still have fun too. So a little history, how I started my digital marketing journey. I do have my master's degree in marketing, and while I was in school, I had learned about this new form of marketing, which was digital marketing. And what I loved about it was bloggers, brands, and companies can basically build an online presence and market themselves and target an audience that is anywhere in the world. So I thought that was really, really fascinating. So as digital marketers, content creators, and bloggers, we do wear many, many hats. We're the creative director. Sometimes we're the photographer, the writer, and we're even the graphic designers. So for me, graphic design has always been kind of my kryptonite. I never really studied it. I never had any experience. So I felt a little stuck. I didn't know how to create graphics until Canva fell into my life. And it truly saved my life. And I started creating content, and I just have so much fun making content on Canva. So just to go over, just in case if you don't know what Canva is, Canva is an easy-to-use online tool for graphic design that was founded in 2012. And you can use Canva to make any type of marketing materials, such as presentation templates, social media graphics, or you can do personal documents such as resumes, media kits, invitations. I mean, you name it. I know a bunch of teachers that use Canva to set up their lesson plans, and I mean, it's so easy. A couple of features on Canva. Canva does have a library of images that you can use. There's photo filters, icons, shapes, different layouts that you can use. You can even use a customized template that they do provide for everybody. And recently they did add GIFs. You can create your own GIFs on Canva. So let's get started. Paula did mention, just in case, you're gonna head over to the link that's down below, and she also put it on the chat.
Right.
Let's head over to Canva.
So yeah, so feel free to fire up your Canva in your browser if you already have a Canva account, but if not, make sure you click on that link so you can create your Canva account. So if you could also let us know in the chat once you are in your Canva and you are ready to go. Monstala is ready to go. Josie's ready. But so is April. That's great.
So this is how Canva looks like. This is the home page. And like I mentioned, on the top, you're going to see the templates, and you can see the social media, what you can do. You can do Instagram stories, posts, Facebook. I mean, you name it. Again, I mentioned personal items you can do. You can do invitations. I've even seen where people create their own logos, presentations. So everything you want is under this template. Then it also shows you the features, as I mentioned before, the free photos, background. And then it has a little bit more on the pricing if you do decide that you'd like to go to the Canva Pro. So we'll head over to templates, and we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna show you how to do a customized content. So I'm gonna go with an Instagram post. And right here, it shows you again, all the different templates that you can use, but we're gonna do one from scratch. Now, just to go over a couple of the toolbars, let's say if you click on the box, this little rainbow box comes up, and you can change the background to your template. Now, let's say you don't see a color that you like here. You can head over to new colors, click on it, and you can go ahead and play around and find a color that you like. If you do have a branding color and you have a specific Pantone color code, you can always add it right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my own background, but continuing on with the tool, we have uploads. So let's say you don't want to use one of Canva's pictures. You can upload your own picture, and you just click here. You'll click on upload. So for instance, today I am going to use my own picture. I'm going to pick this one. I open it, and it starts downloading my picture. And once it's done, then this line disappears. Going on with the toolkit before I start designing, the next one is photos. This is the library of photos that Canva does have. I mean, if you have a specific idea of what you want to use, let's say hearts, enter, and it shows you all of the different hearts. Now, keep in mind, there are free photos you can use. When you do see the Pro, this is something that you do have to pay, but if you do have the Canva Pro, you do get it for free. Next are the elements. This is the fun stuff. You have your shapes, you have your frames, lines, clip arts. I mean, there's so many things. I definitely recommend taking your time and playing around and seeing what other features Canva has. You can add text through here. You can make your own text, or again, Canva has customized text that you can use. I like these neon ones. You can add music, videos, and then they have even more background pictures. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to upload, and I'm gonna create a content from scratch. So I'm gonna use this picture I actually took. And if you can see, there's 4 circles. Once you have it like that, then you can go ahead and fit it to the size of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all the way to cover my box. So that's my background. Okay. And now I'm gonna head over to elements just to play around. Let's see what I would like to add. I'm gonna go into shapes. And I think I'm gonna use this one here. Now you see how my box does come out in a teal color. I wanna change it. So I'm gonna go to the top of the toolbar and change the color of my box. I can go ahead and minimize it to a smaller size. I can move it around. And what's great about Canva, if you notice there's a pink line, it basically tells you if the icon or shape is right in the center. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little smaller, make it longer. Okay, I just wanna make sure it's right in the center, and it is, okay?
Right, so sorry to interrupt your amazing flow. So if you click on that little square, another way to put it right in the middle is if you click on the white square and you go to that menu position.
Right here.
So it gives you options to align it to different places in your box.
You could do left, you could do center, you could middle, bottom, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me just go ahead. Just move it. Okay, so I'm gonna use next the element of lines. What I'm basically trying to create is, if you've seen those phone alerts that you get, reminders. So I'm gonna make my own reminder. So I'm gonna use the line to create that little alert, lower it. Again, I'm gonna change the color of the line. I think I'm gonna use, let's use black. I'm gonna use another line. And also you have these two tools in this one here, you can basically move the object. This little round arrow, you can move the object from side to side. So I'm gonna move it because I'm gonna be creating a little alarm message. Move it more in the middle. Okay, and then change the color. Okay. Now adding the text. So I'm gonna head over to text and I am going to actually customize my text. And I'm gonna put reminder. Up here, you're gonna see you can change the size of the font. You can also change the style of the font. So let's go ahead and use this one. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move this to the top. Do it a little bit smaller, okay. And I'm gonna write another text. So I'm gonna use add subheading. Okay, and then I'm gonna write a message. I'm gonna do an inspirational quote for everybody.
Perfect.
Best. Okay, and then obviously you do have to play around with it, make it smaller so it could fit inside the box.
What I like about the text boxes in Canva is that it kind of automatically wraps the text around. So if you resize the box, the width of the box, it'll make it go to the next line. Nice.
Okay, let me just make sure it's centered. And let me see about changing the font. Let's try this one. Oh, that's too. And again, it's all about playing around and what seems to look good for you. So let me just go ahead and change it to a different style font. And then I can maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Oop. There we go. Let's make it smaller.
Yes, I believe you can only upload fonts if you have a pro account.
Yes, you actually can. Okay. And then I'm going to add more text. Oh, yes. Smaller. And then I'm going to move it to my picture. And then obviously I have to change the color of the font because you can't see it.
I prefer to use Canva on my desktop. But have you tried using Canva on your iPad, Steph?
Not on my iPad. I've tried it on my phone, and there's certain features you can't use. For instance, the grid, which I'll show you exactly what the grid is. But I haven't tried it on my iPad.
Okay.
And then we're gonna change.
Yeah, definitely using the desktop, you get to use all the features, you have more room to work with. So I recommend working on your desktop, but sometimes I have to create, you know, a collage to go. I'm on my phone, I'm not by my house. So having the phone version also is very useful.
Okay, so that's it. I made a quick piece of content with a motivational quote to inspire people. And again, you can switch it around. You can play with the fonts, sizes, etc. You can use maybe even a different background. I kind of like this happy face one that I took.
That's perfect.
And that's easy.
It's so easy, right? So Steph, if you could please, and this is even the most complicated Canva gets because you're starting from scratch. So you have to do all of the designing, but we're about to show you how it gets even easier with templates. But if you could please show us how to add a frame so that if you wanted to put a photo over,
Okay.
add another photo above that background, how you would go about doing that.
Let's say if you, oh, here's another trick. Let's say this box that you use, there's a transparency button on the top, and this basically makes it clear or darker. And you can play around. So let's say if we add another shape and we want to put it in the middle of that, then I can go ahead and play with the transparency. Just to play around.
That's awesome.
So let me then do a template and then I'll
wait, if you could just add a frame real quick and throw a picture in there so that they know how to overlap images.
Sure. So these are the frames. Let's say, let's use this one. Let's move the frame. Ooh,
so the frames come in different shapes because it'll automatically crop whatever image you're going to put in that frame into that size. So she's got like a little paintbrush frame, but if you want to just put a circle, you can pick the circle frame, or if you want a square, you can pick the square frame. There's a ton of options for you to play with there.
So this is exactly what I was saying. You can't do this on your phone. You definitely have to do this on your desktop. So I have a frame. Let's say I want to add a picture. Then I can drag the picture, and it goes into the little frame that I have. And then if you don't want to use that picture, then you can go ahead and change it to something else. Let's say right here. Let me see.
And so you really just have to drag the image over that frame, and that's how you can add layers of images in your design. So that's a very fancy frame you picked. Do you want to try just a square for a second?
Yeah, let me go ahead.
And while you look for that, somebody asked if we ever used Adobe Illustrator, and I use Illustrator for all of my designs for ever. Usually if it's like a flyer or something like that. But now for content, like when I have to create Pinterest images for my blog post, it is so much easier to do it through Canva, because you just throwing the images in it's just so much simpler. But I do recommend Illustrator for like bigger design jobs, and especially if you're designing stuff from scratch, more for like graphic designers.
Yeah, props to you, graphic designer. Photoshop is, to me, it's very complicated. So what I did was I used a square, and let's say I use this picture. If you double click on the picture, then you can go ahead and move the picture to see exactly how you want it to be shown. So let's say I just want the blogger union. I'll make it a little bit bigger, shift it, and once I click, then you see the picture. This is actually my favorite, the frames. I love the frames. So moving on to the custom.
Perfect. Yeah. So thank you so much for answering that question from Monstala. So if you want, you can add more and more images onto your design. All you have to do is add new frames and then just drag your photos over those frames, and you can layer it as much as you want. Okay. So let's move on to the easier way.
Oh, actually, let me also show grids, because grids are kind of the same as frames. The only thing is grids are kind of like collages. So if you do want to do a collage, you can pick one of these grids. So let's say if we did that, then we can go ahead and upload our own pictures and just drag it. And you can use just different pictures. So those are the grids.
So, and you can find under elements, you'll find the frames and the grids and pretty much anything that's kind of like a placeholder for your photos. So you can go into elements and go look for those.
Okay, now the easier way of using Canva, you can simply use one of their templates. So we're gonna do an Instagram story. Okay. Okay. And again, look at all of these templates that you can use. So we're gonna go ahead and let's use this one. Now, some certain templates do have more than one. And let's say if you're doing a campaign, you can use each one of them on your stories to use as a campaign. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the first one, but let me go ahead and start this. So let's say, let me customize it the way I like. Let me remove the picture because I want to use my own pictures. So I'll go back to elements, and this time I'm definitely going to use the frame.
Actually, I think if you wanted to use your own picture, you could have just dragged over that photo. Do you want to try that?
Sure. So
if you go to resize and you click that little arrow, it'll do undo. Oh.
So yeah, you don't have to use the frame, but you can use a picture. Let's say you do want to add more confetti. You can go back to elements, put confetti. You can go ahead and use different types of confetti if you'd like. You can make it bigger. Now, you see how the confetti is over the picture? You can make the confetti go under. If you click on it and you go to position, you could do backwards. And now the confetti is in the back. But I'm not going to use that one. Function. So what I do is I'll just copy it. I like the confetti, so I just want to make more. So I'll copy it and just paste it.
And you're using Control-C and Control-V for that?
And you can also do it right here. There's a copy style.
Okay.
Another cool thing is you can flip. So you can flip horizontally or vertically.
Mm.
And then again, I want to position it underneath the picture. So let's do background. I can go ahead and change this text.
And what I love about this template specifically, it has 5 different pages, which Steph is going to show you in a second, but it has like 5 different designs. So if you were thinking of maybe creating a series of stories on Instagram where like you're kind of showing how different things happened, or you're showing different products, or you went to this event and you want to show different things that happened, you can just pretty much go to the next page, add a different picture, and then you can we'll show you how to export your design so that you'll have all of those images to upload to your stories, and they're all with the same theme, so they are very cohesive. It goes really well together.
Okay, so very simple. I mean, I just changed the picture, added more confetti. Let me just add more because the confetti is so much fun. And then I changed the text, and that's it. And like Paula mentioned, this one in particular does have other templates that you can use if you're running a campaign. Now, if you do want to save it, right here, and you can save it in different styles. You can download it into a PNG, a JPEG. I mean, Canva has everything. And like I said, I absolutely love it. It has saved my life when it comes to creating content. So all you have to do is just download, and then it gets automatically saved into your computer. And you can definitely do this again on your phone. There's just certain elements like the frames and the grids.
Right.
You can do that.
So in the chat, they're talking about removing your background in images, but that's a pro version feature, correct?
So yes, I actually do have the Canva Pro. Some of the stuff you get is you get unlimited amount of images, elements. You can definitely remove the background. That's actually one of my favorite things. You can also do the resizing. Let's say you're doing a Twitter post and their sizes are different from Instagram, then you can go ahead and change the resizing. So, but that is a Canva Pro. Again, I would recommend, if you are investing in yourself, definitely invest in something like that, because I absolutely love the background.
And it's definitely way affordable than the Photoshop or Illustrator, because those are about if you want to get the whole Adobe suite, it's about $30 a month, I think, in a discount. If you're only getting the photo features, I think it's $20 a month if you want to get Photoshop and Lightroom, which, I mean, I would still tell you get Lightroom to edit your photos, but for if you are, a beginner and you don't have that much graphic design experience, Canva is a lifesaver for graphic design. And now that all the different social media platforms are taking video, right? Canva now offers video. And is that all for the pro version stuff, or does it offer video for free?
You can upload videos as well. And I mean, one of the contents that I did, I think I used in one of the elements, I'm telling you, the frame, they have like a phone, and then I uploaded a picture. I just dragged it, and it looked like a professional had done it. So yeah, you could definitely do the video. It is part of the free.
So I think there's different versions of video. Like, for example, there's some things where it lets you animate a design and making it into a video and stuff like that. But Steph, you did a really cool post where you added a phone with a video of scrolling through the phone.
Oh, let me see if
you have that. But that's pretty much this is the beginning of working with Canva, and it has a ton of other features. So we're thinking of having a second Canva webinar where we talk more about how to use video, how to animate stuff so that you can create animated video graphics that download as a video. Oh, it's that one.
This one. So just to play it, again, I use that frame of the cell phone. I put the graphics, and then I had the video. I honestly recorded the video from your iPhone, downloaded it, and uploaded it. And this is how it ended up coming out. All because of Canva.
Right. And it's perfect. We use this to promote, to tell all of our members that, you know, you can see all of the webinar replays on our YouTube channel. And it was perfect because that graphic really just shows you exactly how to sign up to our YouTube channel. So that was really cool. So Jasmine, you would be interested in a second class with more advanced features. That would be amazing. We will definitely, Canva, Stephanie is our Canva expert, so we'll definitely talk about that so we can set that up for sure. But unless if you guys have any specific questions right now, I think we'll leave it short and sweet. I think so that you guys can get started, start testing out all the different frames and play with templates and stuff. That way you can have specific questions.
And if you guys do create anything, please tag us. I would love to see what you guys are designing.
Yes, that's a great idea. Please do tag the Blogger Union. And I am her after if you want to tag Stephanie specifically. And I'm Coral Gables Love. I'm always nosy and I like to see what you guys are up to. So thank you so much for, thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will definitely schedule a part 2 for this. And if you guys have any topics of anything that you're struggling with, please make sure to email us. You can email me directly at paola@thebloggerunion.com. I'm putting it in the chat with, because we're always figuring out on the schedule what webinars to bring to the community. So we'd love to hear from you guys. And on Thursday, we're going to have another social justice webinar of using your influence for social change. And the topic is going to be about education. So I hope you join us for that too. You can RSVP at thebloggerunion.com/eventbrite.eventbrite.com. And we will see you on Thursday or next week. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.